One question is, if managing for stakeholders is such a powerful and simple idea, why aren't more people doing it? My answer to that question is, well, they are. Depends on when you start to look. What people do, how you see that, depends on the frame that you bring to it. If what you want to find is people making trade-offs for shareholders, because that's the dominant metaphor, the dominant narrative, the dominant story that we tell about business, then we'll go out and enact that story. We'll make it true. We train managers in business school, we train a generation of managers to make trade-offs of shareholders versus others. And they're going out doing it. The theory matters. What we have to do is change the theory. We change the narrative. And then we make it easy for people to create value for stakeholders. They're doing it anyway, but they're doing it in spite of the background narrative of business only counts for the people with the money. We need to make the background narrative consistent with what I think good practice is. And at the same time, more and more companies around the world are adopting a managing for stakeholders approach. 30 years ago, you could rarely find the word. Now you find it in many mission statements from India to Cupertino to Delaware to Denmark to South Africa to China. I think it's ironic that a book I wrote in 1984 called Strategic Management, a Stakeholder Approach was last year translated into Chinese. Even though I'm told there's not a word for stakeholder in Chinese. There are very clear ideas about how important relationships are. So I think, in a way, this issue, if you see it as a battle between shareholders and stakeholders, who wins, I think you just simply declare victory. Business is about creating value for stakeholders, and some of them are shareholders.